Hello friends! And welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Maria. I am a college student. This video is going to be all about college. If you're in middle school or high school and you are looking more and more into colleges, then this video is going to be for you. Alright, today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my most important tips when it comes to choosing your college and thinking about certain factors that play into choosing your college. So I'm just going to be talking about those super briefly, super general. That way you don't miss anything and that way you make the best choice for you. When choosing your college, you definitely want to consider the type of college that you're choosing. So there are private institutions, there are public universities, there's Ivy League schools, which a lot of those are private too. There's also community colleges and junior colleges, which I am an advocate that like any sort of college is a great option. You want to kind of think about what kind of an atmosphere and what kind of a school that you want to go to, and other factors can kind of influence that as well. They're all super interconnected, but you do want to pay attention to the type of schools that you're considering. And sort of the type of schools kind of go into the cost. Now the cost shouldn't sway your decision so much, it shouldn't influence it so much, but it is a really, really important factor in the decision, I think. Because private institution and Ivy League schools tend to be definitely more expensive than public schools. Even though all around a college education is not cheap these days. I guess I should kind of give a little bit of backstory about me. I'm wearing my A&M jersey because I am a sophomore at Texas A&M University, public university. Some of the things that really influenced my decision. I had family who was going here. I really liked the atmosphere. We're really ingrained in our traditions, which was something that was super cool to me whenever I was applying to college. Also the atmosphere of like sports and athletics and sort of like student body organizations is really, really big here. That was definitely something that drew me to the school initially. Everyone's decision is influenced by different factors, but these are just mine. I was close to home. I don't feel like I was ready to go out of state, even though I do want to go out of state for graduate school. I don't think I was ready at the time, so that's another thing. You have to know yourself and know what you think that you can really do well in, an atmosphere that you can do well in. I'm really happy with my decision to go here. Yeah. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Location is super important when it comes to choosing your college. Do you want to go in-state? Do you want to go out of state? Do you want to go to a school right down the road? Do you want to go to a school right across the country? There's even international options. You can literally study in a different country if you are motivated enough to do so. And also in terms of location, what is the living like there? Do they have on-campus dorms? Is that all of they have? Do they have off-campus options? My school has off and on-campus options, and I never lived on campus personally, but a lot of people like to. I feel like I did miss out a little bit not living on campus, but that's just like my own personal spiel. If there's ever a school that you're interested in specifically, definitely go to their website and they will have all of the information about living and academics and stuff like that on their website. So I really, really encourage you guys who are in middle school and high school and starting to look at these colleges. Maybe your parents are like, maybe you should start looking at colleges. It's so easy to get this information. You can go to counselors at your school. There's lots of different resources for you. Another thing to consider would definitely be size and demographics. That's another reason that I really liked A&M personally, is because it's a really, really big school. Some people prefer smaller schools. I have really good friends from high school who go to smaller schools and they love it. So I just say really ask yourself to consider what you like and what kind of environment that you learn best in. You also want to consider academics and major sort of resources and programs that they have available to you in your intended program of study. So coming here to A&M, this is actually something that's funny because A&M is definitely a STEM school and I'm not a STEM major. I study telecommunication media studies, which has nothing to do with STEM. It's literally communication. It's a liberal arts major, but just because you don't go to like the top school in your field doesn't mean that you're not going to get a good education. There's definitely going to be different opportunities presented to you at different institutions and you just have to figure out what's best for you. But anyways, I say that because you still want to make sure that like if you want to study a specific thing, if you already know kind of like what you want to do, maybe you do want to aim towards those schools that have the better, more developed and more like resourceful programs. But yeah, simple questions to ask yourself, like, is your major offered there? Is it exactly what you want? If it's not exactly what you want, but there are a lot of other factors drawing you to that school, is it something that you can work around? Is it something that you can get what you want with doing a little bit of something different in your area of study? all things to think about. And also in terms of cost, you guys will hear this again and again as people talk to you in your schools, but there's so much money out there for you. That's why cost is an important factor in deciding your college, but it shouldn't be the end all be all, because there's so many opportunities for you to get money and get to where you want to go. One thing I learned when I was applying for scholarships is that so many random brands, like so many brands, have scholarships. Like they have a Coca-Cola scholarship. They have scholarships for so many things. People with disabilities, people in certain majors, people with certain family backgrounds. They have so many types of scholarships. There's bound to be one that applies to you. So if you find one, you have to be willing to find it. Definitely apply. There's so many opportunities for you guys. Another thing I would say when choosing your college is to keep in mind what is best for you. So many people want to influence their decision or let their friends influence their decision or their families. Now, obviously, that gets to be a little bit complex because it depends on like who's paying for your school. If your parents are going to pay for your school or whoever takes care of you is going to pay for your school, then obviously you probably want their approval on where you want to go. But especially when it comes to friends, really take into account these other factors that I've mentioned and think about what applies best for you. Another tip that is super, super important whenever you've narrowed it down to kind of a few schools that you're choosing between and applying to, definitely, if you can, make it out there to take a tour and actually see the campus life and interact with people who are in that atmosphere every day and who go to classes there. So it's a super awesome opportunity to actually like be immersed for like a day or a few hours in the actual school that you might want to go to. So it's a really, really great way to see if it would actually work with you. There's so many people who have been to a campus that they like maybe didn't actually think that they would like and be like, oh my gosh, like when I went to campus, when I went to tour it, I fell in love with it. Or when I went to campus, it wasn't what I thought it would be. So it's a super important kind of step in applying for college and something that shouldn't be overlooked because it's really, really important. I think I touched on everything that I wanted to touch on for this video. I hope I was able to help you out a little bit. If you liked it, make sure to give me a thumbs up if you want to. As always, if you vibe, don't forget to subscribe, and I hope to see you all back on my channel for my next video. Bye.